Peace, family. Assalamu alaikum. We back in the building. Another episode of the Tech Building Podcast. When the devil tries to keep you down, you always show up with the strategy. Today is September 11th. It's the memorial for the September 11th attacks that happened in 2001. And so I just, from my opinion or my perspective, I think it'd be wise for everybody to check out the Savior's Day address from 2010. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan did. And he has a segment talking about the World Trade Center attack, which I think is just very informative and just shines some light on the affairs that go on in our government. But anyway, that's not the topic that we're here for today. What we're here to talk about today, I did the Certified Lover Boy review a couple of days ago or something like that. I think I put it on YouTube yesterday. So today we're going to talk about the Donda album. You know what I mean? Just to kind of culminate or to cap off the two major releases this year. So we had J. Cole, Drake, and Kanye dropping the same year. So we already know that's a fantastic. That's a reason to celebrate as music fans. So let's just go ahead and get right into the Donda review. So first I want to go ahead and start with the I guess I'll just go down the why I think Kanye deserves big respect. This is kind of I want to get this out the way in the beginning because I kind of just feel like it's an important subject and I want to just get it out the way before we get into the review. Why I believe Kanye deserves big respect. So one of the things I think why Kanye deserves big respect on his name, even though I think there is, I mean, he's obviously one of the top artists in our of our generation. I think his legacy is going to last on through the generations. You know what I mean? I think he's going to be one of those kind of artists. But the great thing that I really appreciated about the Donda album is, or I guess I could say was, I appreciate how the Christian perspective of his music is not just a phase. It's not just a thing that he's using to gain some level of popularity, using to gain some level of because we already know the Christian religion from a business perspective. I mean, it's a big business. You know what I mean? There are individuals out there with these mega big churches and all that, and we know that there's big money to be made in the Christian religion, even though that's not necessarily what it's there for. But I really appreciate Kanye for making a change in his life and it not just being a flash in the pan. You know what I mean? I give him big kudos for that. You know what I mean? The Jesus is King album. I mean, you can also hear on the Life of Pablo with the Ultralight Beam. You know what I mean? Songs like that. Father Stretch My Hands. Those kind of, that song title was letting you know that Kanye was having a shift in his life. But you kind of just, with this Donda album, it really, I believe in one of the songs, I'm trying to remember the name right now, but he just said, I think it was the song Pure Souls, he was like, gotta get used to me or better get used to me. This a new me. You know, he said, it ain't how it used to be. This a new me, so get used to me. You feel what I'm saying? So this particular type of Kanye is here to stay. And I'm thankful to Allah for that the brother's making a change. What I really appreciated about the Donda album is I like the fact that it was edited. You know what I'm saying? I seen some people on Twitter saying that they didn't really like that the album was edited. I think my bro Malik was like, you could tell that the album was rushed and whatnot because of that. But to me, I like that the album was edited because that means I could listen to it with my nephews in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could listen to it at a family event, or I'm doing something, I could bump it, and I don't got to worry about hearing all this graphic language. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a person, I don't curse. I don't really prefer to use that kind of language, even though I did. I'm just not a fan of cursing. You know what I'm saying? I just think that, I mean, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that that's baby language and we're not to use baby language. And I think, so in my reality, how that resonated with me is there are more intellectual ways to articulate ourselves. You know what I mean? that's my perspective on that. So the album being edited, I felt was great. I thought that was something that I really, really appreciated about the album for sure. And also how he had street individuals. He got Fivio Foreign, he got the Lox, he got Westside Gunn, Conway the Machine, you know what I mean? He got Lil Baby, a whole bunch of artists, Shensia. You got a whole bunch of artists on the album that would be street artists, you know what I'm saying? I believe people would consider them to be like street artists or to have graphic language in their music. And not to say that they didn't use it or they had to edit it out, but the context of the album, their lyrics was changed up. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you talking about Fivio, you know what I mean? Like, bro really, he elevated himself on that album. You know what I mean? People giving Fivio Foreign a lot of credit for that verse, which, I mean, I thought the verse was absolutely fire, but I think that Kanye, that's big influence. And, like, you got people, millions, tens of millions of people across the world listening to really a gospel album, really to keep it 100. I mean, that's what I think it is. Like, even though it has a heavy hip-hop sound, which is Kanye, that is a gospel album, you know what I'm saying? So I think Kanye deserves big kudos for that. Him being an artist at the level of influence that he is in our culture to really push a positive message in our culture to our children, and to be able to have an album that can be played in any type of environment. Man, I just think that, and then for it to also just sound good. Also for it to just sound up to date, things sound brand new, things sound ahead of its time. So I think Kanye deserves, just big kudos, big respect on his name, because he's always pushing the limits. Excuse me. He's always pushing the limits of his music. He's always pushing the envelope as far as what is the standard in our culture. And I think Kanye deserves big credit for that. So salute to Kanye. So, getting to the album, I guess we'll start at the beginning with I guess a controversial like type song, if you will, or intro to the album, with the Donda chant. When I read the title, it said Donda chant. I kind of had an idea what I was in store for. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard it, you know what I mean. My first reaction to it was, this is just very Kanye. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure if people are familiar with this, but I've never been in an acting class. I've seen this a lot on TV, and it's a form of exercise. I also think I've heard it in English classes I've been in, where you are to have a conversation only using one letter. You know what I'm saying? So I remember one episode of The Sopranos where Chris Moltisanti's in acting class, and so one of the exercises they had them do was, there was two people and one person would say A, the next person would say B. You know what I'm saying? And you're to have a conversation and you're to convey different emotions using A and using B. You know what I'm saying? So a person will be like, A, B, A, B. You know what I'm saying? Like they're talking but only using one word. And as you're listening to them, you can hear sadness, happiness, questioning. You know what I mean? All different forms of emotion, all different forms of interaction, only using those two sounds. So when I heard the Donda album, I really appreciated that style. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciated that from an artistic perspective. And I want to just touch on that for a quick moment. One of the things that I find to be, I'm not going to say annoying, I just think it's just something that I recognize and I think about, is difficult to be artfully progressive. I feel like, I think especially in black culture, in hip hop music. And this is one of the things where people talk about with the Drake album, where they're saying it's a safe Drake album and he's going to provide what you like to hear. this is one of the reasons why I salute that. You know what I'm saying? And when we talk about the McDonald's analogy, this is why I don't necessarily look at it as a total insult, because McDonald's is going to be consistent. It's going to be, you're going to always know what you're getting, and it's going to be the same quality every time. You know what I'm saying? And to a degree, that's very smart. You know what I mean? I want to say, like, just to a high degree, that's very smart. The only problem that I have with that is, as an artist, as a creative, I think it's our responsibility. I got to preface it with this. If you're a person that just wants to get a bag, you know what I'm saying? You here just to get money. Cool. I don't hold you to those types of standards. Like Tekashi 6ix9ine was like, yo, I don't put no, I'm paraphrasing what bro said, but he was like, yo, I don't put no effort into my music whatsoever. He's like, yo, I don't really care. I just go in the studio. We just be having fun. You know what I'm saying? Paraphrase what bro said, but it's on YouTube. And so I look at 6ix9ine, I'm like, okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? He just here just to make money. But when the people like the Drakes of the world, Jay-Z, Beyonce, you know what I mean? The Weeknd, these type of upper echelon artists where it's like, okay, now money is not really a thing for you. You know what I'm saying? You've already made money. You already solidified. Your legacy is solidified. I would imagine that you're here to give us your form of artistic expression. You know what I mean? So when I hear things like the Donda chant, I'm looking at it from that perspective. It's abstract. It's artistic. You know what I'm saying? When you go to certain chefs' restaurants, you might get a dish, or you might get a drink, or a combination of the two that you may think would be a bit abstract or different. It might look funny. It might be small portion. It might be smoking when it comes to your table, or different kind of things like that. And I just think you have to be able to go to it with that level of an open mind where you're like, okay, I respect the direction that this chef is trying to express himself. I used to say jokingly all the time back in the day, like when I was like in my first 5 or so years in the culinary industry, it's like, I can make bacon wrapped shrimp and everybody love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could just do that. Everybody love what I'm making, and I don't got to worry about expressing myself. But I don't think that that's my purpose as a chef. I think one of the things about being a creative, this is like something me and my bro Jew was talking about. One of the things of being a creative really is that level of creativity and expression. If I'm always giving the same thing over and over, or like what bro was saying, like if you put in a Supreme outfit on Goku, it's like you not really expressing yourself. We're not really seeing you. We're just getting a prepackaged kind of cardboard cutout or carbon copy kind of form of art. And I don't consider that to be art. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily consider you to be a top tier artist. And that again goes to what I was talking about with the CLB album. I just don't, when I hear music like that, I'm not inspired. You know what I'm saying? I'm not intrigued by what you're bringing. So I'm just nodding my head, and the lyrics that I'm getting are typical, and the messages that I'm getting are typical. I'm not inspired by that. And that's something that I think is integral in being a top tier artist that exists in our culture. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be music, movies, or sports. You know what I mean? So also with the Donda chant, I understand that this was paying homage to his mom. And we already know, you know what I mean? We can tell how Kanye felt about his mom. So that's why, like, people like joking about it, memeing it up and all that. I'm like, I guess I get it, because in the social media sphere, everything is funny. You know what I'm saying? You can laugh about anything. You know what I'm saying? You can make fun of anything. So I get that. I just kept it where, like I said, it's out of respect to his mom. It's very Kanye, and it's an artistic expression that's different. I respect that. So that, even though, yeah, do I think it's funny? I heard some of the bros like making fun of it. Do I think that it has some comedic element to it? Sure. But the other things that I mentioned, I think outweighs the comedic element of the Donda chant. And that's why it's like, that's how I feel about it. And bro asked me, have I listened to it multiple times? At the time, I didn't. But then, yeah, I went back, I listened to it again. Yo, I like it. I appreciate it. I think that's more important than liking it. I appreciated what bro brought to the table. So moving on to the next song. There's been a lot of good music coming out this year, man, for real, for real. So yeah, we got Jail. And me and my bro Drew was just talking about this song last night. Now, I appreciated I appreciated the sound of it. I thought the sound was great. You know what I'm saying? I really thought it was awesome. What I like about Kanye's music, and we seen that on when he was doing like these listening tours, I would just imagine when you hear this coming through in a stadium, it's got to sound amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's creating these living pieces that when you go in there and you hear that, boom, you know what I'm saying? Boom, like that's going to get you hyped up, and the atmosphere that comes with it has got to just be amazing in that type of environment. You know what I'm saying? It's also as well as the car, also as well as listen to it in your headphones. You know what I mean? I was not a fan of Guess Who's Going to Jail Tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like that part of the song. You know what I mean? Like, I said, I'm pulled over, I got priors, guess who's going to jail tonight? I'm not repeating those lyrics. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily see the constructive element of saying, guess who's going to jail tonight? Now, the next celebrity artist, like the next A-list celebrity or B-list celebrity that gets arrested, it's going to be all over Twitter. It's going to be hilarious. So that's what I'm really waiting for. You know what I'm saying? But as far as that particular part of the song, I thought that it was disjointed, thought it was a little bit weird. But again, it's very Kanye, so I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I want to finish up on this song, then I want to get back to that saying very Kanye. Jay-Z's verse, I actually was hating on the verse at first. I'm not even going to front, like, I was low-key hating on Jay's verse, but that, God is in my cell, that's my celly, and made in the image of God, that's a selfie. Those are two of the most clever lines I know that I've heard in a rap song this year for sure. That's free. Like that, when you really think about these things in depth, the cleverness of, that's a word, the clever wittiness that went into that is just, yo, it's on a high level. That's why Jay-Z is one of them ones when it comes to this craft of hip hop. So I want to touch on these 2 points real quick that came up in my mind. There's an artist, R&B artist. I think she's probably a little bit more than R&B. She do a whole lot of different type sounding songs, but I would just classify her real quick as a R&B artist. But Mariba, she dropped an album called, let me go to it real quick. I just want to get it right and exact. Yeah, The Jungle is the Only Way Out 2019. Fantastic album. I definitely recommend anybody, if you're into R&B, you're into folk music, you like good music, period, this is definitely something that, to go and check out. But she got a song called Planet You. And she was just kind of talking about her love interest is like, I want to go to the planet where you came from. You dig what I'm saying? And that resonated with me a lot. And it's kind of like when I played like a lot of video games in my life, and there's a game called please excuse that horn. Like I said, I like to record outside. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you might hear some things that be a little surprising. But anyway, yeah, that Planet You song resonated with me in a big way because when I played this game, No Man's Sky, when you would go to the different planets, it was like, man, you experiencing all this different kind of stuff, atmosphere, weather, you know what I'm saying, the plant life, the animal life, everything was way different. So when I look at music, it's like that's what you're doing. It's like you're going to that person's planet. You know what I'm saying? You're immersing yourself in. My bro said he stole the full version of Fruity Loops. That's funny. You're going to fully immerse yourself in their artistry, their expression. So that's kind of how I really approach listening to really any artist. Is like, I'm going to your planet. I'm going to fully immerse myself into your music. So when I hear things from Kanye again, like the Donda chant or even the jail, who guess who's going to jail tonight? You know what I'm saying? I'm understanding where I am. So I'm pretty sure Conway the Machine not gonna say nothing like that, or Eminem not gonna say nothing like that. I'm on Planet Kanye, so my understanding and my expectation, my appreciation for things are going to be different depending on who the artist is and who I'm listening to. You know what I mean? And then also, I got to say this too. One of my bros said that those lines are, he probably said the whole verse was outdated by Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, on the jail song. And I'm just like, man, it's hard to tell what people like today. You know what I'm saying? God is in my cells. That's my celly. Maybe it's because, and I'm not bragging, I'm not a scholar, I'm not a scientist of any high level or anything like that. But when you read the book, this was in The Truth of God by Brother Dr. Wesley Muhammad. It actually talks about how in a long, much more broad sense than this, I'm giving a very concise, short excerpt. It talks about how each cell has what they call biophotons. You know what I'm saying? And very long story short, these biophotons, or this light that's in your cells, is realistically from the God of the beginning. You know what I'm saying? A great book, definitely highly recommend you check it out. So when Jay-Z says, God is in my cells, that's my celly, God literally is in every cell of our body. And the Holy Quran says God is closer to you than your jugular vein, you know what I'm saying, your life vein. So I'm gonna break, all right, yes sir, I'm just thinking about the different things that just popping in my mind I want to address. And it's when he says, that's my celly, I imagine when you got to do time, you know what I'm saying, because I've never been in jail, but when you got to do time and you locked up for an extended amount of time, you have a rapport relationship with your cellmate. You know what I'm saying? You living with this person. You want a small confined space with this person. You got to use the bathroom in front of each other. You got to have all these different kind of things going on. You don't have any privacy. You know what I'm saying? So the depth of that, man, is just, it's deep. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So like that line, I just felt like was just very, very profound. And so I want to just touch on, this is a way that because I also watch a lot of battle rap. So battle rap is about the bars and like pretty much like the punchlines or the wittiness, cleverness of how schemes people put together. So when you have a scheme, or when you have a punchline, or when you have a clever line in your rap, now you could say, I'm cold like a freezer. You know what I'm saying? You could say, I'm hotter than the sun. You could say, I hold more weight than a mountain, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. It's not intricate. It's very obvious. You know what I'm saying? So, but you could still say things like that. But when you have the ability to create a clever simile or metaphor, but then it still be tied down to reality, you know what I'm saying? Like when Mook said to Tay-Rock, he said, so when King Joffrey around Rock, I don't want to hear none of that semi-talk. And he said, then fast forward a little bit, he said, you want to switch roles? Pause. But of course, he said something like, you want to switch roles? Pause. I'm messing up the line. But essentially he said, you're going to be like King Joffrey lying dead on your back. You know what I'm saying? So when he said, when King Joffrey representing himself around Rock, I don't want to hear none of that semi-talk, talking about a gun. But then he's talking about the Arsenio Hall's character, one of the main characters in Coming to America, was named Semi. You know what I'm saying? And Mook's whole really overarching attack on Tay-Rock is none of the gun bars and whatnot he talks about are real. That was the overarching element or angle to his approach to Tay-Rock. So when he said, I don't want to hear none of that semi-talk, that's in line with his theme. But when King Joffrey around Rock, now he's tying in the Coming to America simile or metaphor with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to remember how he did the lion dead on your back, how he set it up. But he was just like, the lion dead on your back. Somebody lying when they dead on their back, you know what I'm saying? Like, did they just lay flat out? But then King Joffrey had the dead lion on his back. You know what I'm saying? So when you're able to make a clever line, a rap line, but then it's also tied to reality. That to me, because you can have a clever rap line, but then it'd be so like, you know what I'm saying, so disconnected from reality. It's like, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. I'm not even going to give another analogy to that, but I'm just saying, like, you could be disjointed from reality. But then when you have, like Jay-Z had with the Celly line, that not only has deep, realistic meaning, but it's also a clever rap line. I think these are very small details that go overlooked. And I say this respectfully. This is why it goes to things resonate with us based on our level of understanding, our level of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Perhaps that line resonates with me more because, like I said, I understand that God actually exists in each cell of our bodies. Made in the image of God, that's a selfie. I'm imagining now, we're talking about before selfies were even considered a thing at all. We were made in the image of God. So God made a selfie. You know what I'm saying? He didn't take a selfie. He made a selfie. He replicated himself. You dig what I'm saying? So I give extra points for being clever, being poetically artistic in a hip hop form, but I also give extra credit for you being able to tie things back to reality. And the more interwoven actual reality is, the more points that I give. I got to think about Loaded Lux had this long scheme where he was talking to K-Shine. He was like, hey, Shine, this the room I do the shining in. And he was like, here's Johnny. Loaded Lux name is John. You know what I'm saying? He's talking to K-Shine. These the rooms I do the shining in. Like, yo, that part he's had against Surf was crazy. It was crazy. And that takes you from levels to level. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going up in levels. You feel what I'm saying? My last analogy I'm going to give, there was a technically proficient chef on Top Chef, and this was the finals. I think it was like an all-star show. And he made a great technically proficient dish. It was fantastic. Everybody loved it. But the person that won made a technically proficient dish, but also the story and the emotion behind it actually caused one of the diners to shed tears. Because he was able to draw from the dish, he was able to have an emotional connection based on a life experience. You know what I mean? So creativity, the great thing about creativity is we have the unlimited ability to go to any parts of our imagination. But the brilliance of and the science of being a creative is being able to tie that in with reality. And it takes a master like Jay-Z to bring that into focus. You feel what I'm saying? So respectfully, I just say we have to understand that our perspective, things only resonate with us to a level of our own understanding. You feel what I'm saying? So I know that was a bit long-winded, but I do like to just break things down and just to be clear. You dig what I'm saying? So if we're having a dialogue about it, you understand the context where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm coming from in my position. So moving on. I enjoyed Donda Chant. I enjoyed Jail very much. Although it was a bit weird in the chorus. God Breathed. So I listened to the Kanye album. I don't know. Like, I think straight through I listened to it like 4 times. But I go back and listen to it frequently. It's a favorite album of mine right now. So God breathed. So the first time I heard this song, I wasn't really feeling it like that. But then I got into it, you know what I'm saying? And man, this review is going to be a little bit of time because I was like, every song I kind of have like, you know what I'm saying, a thought behind it. God breathed was like, I'm putting my, so what I talked about before with the, in the Drake review, I like to hear natural evolution of the music. You feel what I'm saying? And so God breathed to me was like the current version of Kanye, but in his Yeezus bag. You feel what I'm saying? Like the I Am a God bag, or the there's another song on that I'm forgetting, but it's like the I Am a God type bag Yeezus, but in the new form of Kanye, you know what I'm saying, where he is right now. You know what I'm saying? This song is a banger. You know what I'm saying? I really liked the compilation of it, the sound of Kanye's songs. Again, I'm like, if I'm in a stadium and I hear this, that boom, 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 like, that's hard to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that sound is like, it's going to be crazy. So that was something, man. I really, really like that song a lot. That the vibe of the song is fantastic. The sounds, like, yo, everything Kanye does, like, I don't want to say it like that, it makes it sound like a stand, but the things Kanye do on a song, the sounds, man, it just be, yo, it's fantastic. So moving on, we got Off the Grid. Now, let me look up real quick. I want to make sure, because I think I seen it was Playboi Carti who's also on this song. Let me just look it up real quick. I think they said it was right. Okay, right. It was Playboi Carti. Now this, I don't listen to Playboi Carti. I think he had that song. I forget. He had one of them songs that I liked back in the day. I can't even remember it at this point in time, but I like that one Playboi Carti song, but this verse, I wasn't feeling it like that. Maybe like younger people that listen to Playboi Carti, they really like that or whatever, but excuse me, I wasn't feeling this verse really at all. But when it switched up to the drill beat and Fabio got on that joint, bro, yo, it took off. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this song just went outer space. You feel what I'm saying? And I like the chorus, like, we off the grid. It's for my kid. Like that, yo, is hard. And that's subtly clever. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, and my brother Ibrahim was telling me, like, I mean, that's what we talk about in the nation. Like, we try and be off the grid. We trying to be in our own self-sustaining communities. You feel what I'm saying? So that, again, little minute subliminal details that Kanye is checking the boxes of. You feel what I'm saying? Salute to Royce. Then Kanye's verse, man, yo, was fire. First it get viral, then it get digital. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not delivering these heavenly messages just for the hell of it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's hard. You know what I mean? He also had a line in there, like I mentioned before. He said, I got this God power, that's my leverages. I got this holy water, that's my beverages. Now, a person want to sit back and say, okay, Tone, that is trash. Let's leave it at that. I'm not going to argue you. I'll hold it down. Okay, we could do that. Like, he's like, you can't say Oppie outside is trash, but then give Kanye the leverages line. Okay, that's fair. I'm not mad at that. You got it. What I would say if I'm able to give a response to that is, and one of these brothers, I forget the brother's name in particular, but he had Brother Wesley on his show, and he used the word. He was like, every time Brother Wesley would begin to talk, he would get upset. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, you guys are always filibustering, or you always, everything is filibuster. And the definition of filibuster is an action such as a prolonged speech that obstructs progress in a legislative assembly while not technically contravening the required procedures. Also, it says, act in an obstructive manner in the legislature, especially by speaking at inordinate length. So that was the word that the brother was using against Brother Wesley. And I just say that we in the nation, we like to be right and exact. We like to come with receipts. We like to back up. We like to lay the foundation of what we're saying and really take it step by step of our position. You feel what I'm saying? So I would not categorize my response as filibuster. I would categorize it as this is my position. Although, like I said, if we wanted to leave it at that, I could accept that. It was my first thing I would say is it was short. It was just one quick part of the verse. You know what I'm saying? And Kanye does little clever lines like that. You know what I'm saying? I got a dark-skinned friend look like Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, he does little comedic lines like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's two. And then three, this was at the end of a hard verse. You know what I'm saying? The Apio side, that was at the beginning of the verse. And I'm already not feeling the song. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, after you put a hard song, like the beat, everything going crazy, then you say leverages, you built up cachet. So I was like, all right, it's just funny. All right, cool. That's my position on it. If you want people, I don't think you could kill me for it. But like I said, if we want to leave it at trash, I can accept that. But like I said, my position is it was short. Kanye does funny things like that all the time. And also, it was after a hard verse. Like, it was at the end part of a very good verse. So you've built up the cachet to have a line that I might be like, I'm not with that, or that don't really make sense like that. You can get a little bit of a, you know what I'm saying, you get the benefit of the doubt in that regard. So Off the Grid, big banger alert. So Hurricane, The Weeknd, people might kill me for this or might look at me a little strange for this, but The Weeknd is the male equivalent to Beyonce to me. The Weeknd is just fire. You know what I'm saying? His voice, everything that he does is just fire. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm going to really just leave that pretty much just like that. The Hurricane joint, the beat, the that Kanye did, like, yo, that thing was a banger, man. Like, the sound of each song. Like, when you listen to a Kanye album, especially if you got like a nice system or you got nice headphones, something like that, when you go and you listen to other songs after, and maybe it's just me, they don't hit the same as far as the sound, as far as what's going on in the song. It just don't sound as good. Kanye, he be snapping with that, bro. Like, it be real crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? So Hurricane, big time banger alert. Probably a top 3 song to me on the album. Big time banger alert. Praise God, hard. You know what I'm saying? Again, and this is why I gotta give Kanye a little bit more kudos, because the way that he made Baby Keem sound, I don't want to say maybe he made the way he made Baby Keem sound, but how it's like, again, I got to think about food. Excuse me. When you're a chef and you're given an abstract ingredient or combination of ingredients, the way you put them together, man, and you allow the certain type of product to sing, man, it's a special skill set. And Kanye, the way he had that beat sounding, and then the way Baby Keem got on there and killed it, bro, like, that was just absolutely special. The way Baby Keem sounded, the way that the beat sounded, and that marriage together just sounded fantastic. Obviously Travis Scott, great. You know what I'm saying? He sounded great on the song as well. So again, man, praise God. Big time banger alert. So I'll go a little bit quicker through it so it don't be a 2-hour review. You know what I'm saying? Jonah, really good song. I really like that. You know what I'm saying? Again, I think he said in this song, He'll say you'll change the first letter of every word in your text. You'll speak to me with only no cap. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, Kanye's, those comedic lines he's going to drop in the songs like that. You know what I'm saying? I thought Jonah was hard. Okay, fire. Now, I guess I'll go down to the part 2. Shenseea on the Okay part 2, man. She killed that verse. She killed that. Now, she got a song out now that I forget the name of it. I think it's called Be Good or something like that, where she had her hairstyle actually in the shape of like a penis, like a testicle and and a penis. I thought it looked incredibly weird. Like, I think it actually looked incredibly weird. But, and that's why I say again, like how when you have a certain chef handling certain ingredients, when you have the talent that Shenseea has, and then you put her with a master like Kanye West, yo, it's an explosion. You know what I'm saying? It's fantastic. Yo, she killed that verse. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just went crazy on that. It was hard. And of course, the beat again, the production behind it was absolutely fantastic. I believe Lil Durk was on there as well, to part 2. Lil Durk killed that. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is the only song to me that I think is a bad song on the album, one that I never listened to. When I was listening to it like straight through, this was the toughest song for me to be able to get through, was the Junior. I guess the beat was good, but I'm like, I'm not feeling this song like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this song not good. I didn't like the whole on my like that part. Like, I'm like, everything about the song I really wasn't feeling like that. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, so going ahead, moving on. So that's number 9. So right now I got Donda Chant. That's not a song. Jail, banger alert. God Breathe, banger alert. Off the Grid, big banger alert. Hurricane, big banger alert. Praise God, big banger alert. And you got Jonah, fire song. Okay. I look at Okay. I look at both parts as one song. Okay, big banger alert. Junior, I'm not feeling that. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going to leave that just like that. You know what I'm saying? Then now moving on, we got Believe What I Say, which has the famous Lauryn Hill sample on there. I mean, I'm going to be really repeating myself a lot, but this was a fantastic song. Again, I just really appreciate the compilation, how everything really came together on the song like that. You know what I'm saying? Kanye did the sample justice. I felt that it was great. Moving on to 24. Now, this is where, like, man, I will say, because I'm in Nation of Islam, because I would say I'm a religious person. You know what I'm saying? These gospel songs, even though I am a Muslim, I am in the Nation of Islam, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches that a good Christian is a good Muslim and vice versa. A good Muslim is a good Christian. We don't gangbang religiously in the Nation of Islam. We're not into religious gangbanging. We're not doing that. You a Christian, you my brother or my sister. You know what I'm saying? You're a Muslim, etc. You're my brother and my sister. We don't fight over titles. You dig what I'm saying? So I appreciate as a Muslim gospel Christian music the same way I would, you know what I'm saying, any other type of form of religious sounding music. You know what I'm saying? So this 24, man, it's special. I just can't even, I'm gonna just say it like that. It's very special. This 24 hours, like, it's deep, man. Like, real talk, I can't articulate it any better way than that. It's just a special song. Remote Control, I think it's a good song. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of my favorite songs on the album. But I appreciate it again. I think it's very good. This is where I think he was getting deep into the gospel bag, if you will. So Remote Control, I felt like was great. I'm gonna pick it up a little bit. I have a couple points to get to at the end, but I'm gonna pick it up a little bit. Moon, great song. Kid Cudi on the song, felt it was fantastic. Definitely the sound, again, top quality. When you get Kanye and Cudi together, it's always something special. Really like that song, banger alert. Heaven and Hell, man. this was a song where I want to highlight Kanye, the lyrics of the album. You know what I'm saying? Because Kanye, he was really talking. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these songs, a lot of the verses, Kanye was laying down some good lyrics, man. And I just felt like, I'm not going to keep repeating myself, but the sound was A1, you know what I'm saying? Just everything about it, the vibe, and it's just a variety of different types of vibes on the album that I just think are just outstanding. You feel what I'm saying? So Heaven and Hell, Banger Alert. Donda's kind of like an interlude, kind of, so to speak. Not really a song like that. Man, look, Keep My Spirit Alive with Westside Gunn and Conway the Machine. Bro, this is a banger, you know what I'm saying? Like, the beat, like, when you got Westside Gunn, Conway the Machine with Kanye, man, it's just a magical combination. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they just did an excellent job on that. Jesus Lord, part 1 and part 2, I'll save that for the end. New Again, special song. I'm gonna just say it like that. Special song. The lyrics definitely hit me very hard. You know what I'm saying? Man, I just want to say Allahu Akbar for that song. You know what I'm saying? Tell the Vision with Pop Smoke. Now, I heard some people they don't necessarily like this song like that. Don't think it really was like a song. Don't think the audio quality was great. This might be a bit Stanish of me, but I even though I wasn't really a big fan of Pop Smoke when he was alive, man, Allah be pleased, I would have loved to have heard Pop Smoke and Kanye do a song together when the brother was living. Because this beat with Pop Smoke, if they was able to get in the studio, would have been crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have just been crazy. I just love how Kanye is able to, when he puts his, and I know he's not the only producer, you know what I'm saying? I know he's working with other producers and whatnot. So that's how I look at Kanye as like the composer, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's putting it all together. You feel what I'm saying? Like as in chefs, like Thomas Keller, he might not be actually cooking the food. You know what I'm saying? When you're the executive chef, you're not really cooking the food, but you've conceptualized the menu, and you've trained your sous chef or your chef de cuisine to prepare the food. You know what I'm saying? Who then trains the line cooks to prepare the individual items that go on the dish. You feel what I'm saying? But the menu and everything that is inside of that comes from the executive chef's mind. The executive chef is putting those things together, putting those things in place. The executive chef is putting the team in place to execute the menu. You feel what I'm saying? So even though Kanye is not producing every sound, everything, you know what I'm saying? He's putting it all together. He's the executive chef of the operation. So I just want to be clear on that. So Television, man, even though, like I said, even though a person might rate that low poorly, I look at the potential of that song, and I'm like, man, that would have really been special if they would have been able to link up while bro was alive. Lord, I Need You. I'll be having to chill, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause I'll be playing the songs in my house. I know my sister probably be like annoyed, but I'll be like, what I like about this song, and he does this throughout the album as well, the sound of the choirs. It's not just the choir singing. It's like, again, it's like a master chef. He's getting these ingredients. You give a master chef a tomato, you might get it in a form that you ain't never seen it. You might ask him to make a pizza. You getting the pizza that tastes like a pizza, but it's coming to your table in a way that you ain't never seen it before. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what he's doing with the sound of the choirs in these songs. And man, Lord, I Need You is just, it's just an omega powerful song. Man, I got to give another Allahu Akbar for Lord, I Need You. You know what I'm saying? Pure Souls, bro. It's just so super repetitive at this point, man. This is a top 5 song on the album for me. I believe this is Shen Sia singing at the end of this song. The transition in this song is really just ridiculous. And I also believe this is Roddy Ricch on the song, which again, it's like, come on, man. His main big single, he talking about she sucked the nigga's soul, got the Cash App. You don't hear no type, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people are changing up their style, changing up their context for this album. You feel what I'm saying? That's powerful influence. Not everybody could get everybody to do that. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, Pure Souls, man, it's just a top tier song, top 5 song on the album for me. Shenseea, she's special. She's an extremely talented sister. Come to Life, I think it's just banger alert. You know what I mean? I really appreciate everything about that song. Again, it's a different type of vibe to the song again, but it just puts you in that place. And I just, again, imagine hearing this in a stadium. It sounds fantastic. No Child Left Behind, I feel like it's deep in the, and this is really like the last song on the album because the rest of them are part 2s. No Child Left Behind, deep in the gospel bag. I really, again, sounds fantastic. I really appreciate everything about the song. But again, yet another type of vibe. It just sounds great. You know what I'm saying? A big banger alert. I'm trying to think of all the different adverbs that I can use to describe, but I feel like as the last official song on the album, you know what I'm saying, outside of the part 2s, I feel like this was a great culmination, you know what I mean? Really put you into a different type of mode or zone at the end. So really just think about the different vibes of the songs. I mean, you got Okay, Okay, Jonah, God Breathed, Come to Life, No Child Left Behind. These songs all sound very different, but they all work together. You know what I'm saying? Again, like, yo, when you have a 7-course meal or a 5-course meal from a great chef, you're going to get, it's going to be a theme, or it's going to be complementary, but you're going to be getting different experiences with each dish. Jail Part 2, the baby snap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't expecting that from the baby to really keep it 100, but the baby really, really snapped on this song. I thought bro really did a fantastic job on his verse on this particular song. You know what I mean? So yeah, moving on, KOK Part 2, we already know that's banger alert. Junior, I'm just not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just leave that pretty much where that is. And then, okay, here we go. Jesus Lord Part 2. Let me do this first. The Locks obviously snapped. You know what I'm saying? I got to give a big salute to Kanye for allowing Styles P to be the last verse heard on the album. Big salute to Kanye for that. You know what I'm saying? Kiss snap, Sheik snap. Yo, I'm not doing the whole Sheik is trash thing anymore. I don't know why that came up. I mean, I guess because you're rapping next to 2 of the best rappers to ever do it. People got to look at you in a way, you know what I'm saying? But Sheik is nice. I'm no longer discrediting Sheik. I'm no longer looking at Sheik as somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, trash or whatnot. I'm not doing that no more. But Jay Electronica, Jay Elect Entendronica. Come on, bro. He laid the verse of the year. The verse of the year. The verse of the year, fam. This verse is hard. And one of the big things about what I appreciate about it, when we're doing, I was saying we, if we're going to do religious rap or religious music, let's keep it 100. You feel what I'm saying? And at first I wasn't necessarily feeling Kanye because I'm like, man, this is the same old Christian music that can have our people in a bad mindset. But talking to my bro, he's kind of put me on how to minister, told artists like Kanye to don't just change your music right away. You want to slowly bring people into the new knowledge that you have so you don't lose your following. You feel what I'm saying? Which is just wise advice given by the minister. But when Jay Electronica, and I get the pump in my fist because it's the FOI, you know what I'm saying? That's how we do. He took it there with the religious talk, you know what I'm saying? And it's not rhetoric, you feel what I'm saying? He said, as sure as the DOJ confirmed Ezekiel's will, which is the mothership, you know what I'm saying? The so-called UFO, you know what I'm saying? As sure as the DOJ confirmed Ezekiel's will, I could change. He said, I could change the world like Yakub with 2 pieces of steel. Yakub, the father of the white race, when he was 6 years old, was playing with 2 pieces of steel. And he told his uncle, I'm going to make a new man that's going to have you in servitude, talking to his uncle. I could change the world like Yakub with 2 pieces of steel. I mean, also the many other gems that he dropped in that verse. This is the real talk that I like, that get me pumped up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what get me in my bag. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is the real talk that people need to hear. Now, a person be like, oh, well, of course, Tone, you think that was the album, the verse of the year because you in the nation, he in the nation. You talk about that nation talk. Do the research. Do the research and then come back. Don't marginalize my opinion because you think I'm being biased. Don't do that. I actually hate that. I think it's offensive. Go do the research. Then we can talk about it. Big salute to Jay Electronica. That's the verse of the year. I'm keeping my ear to the street for good verses of that caliber, you know what I'm saying? Better verses, you know what I'm saying? I just felt that verse was absolutely fantastic. But so that's wrapping up the Donda album. I'm pretty sure by now you're pretty sure that I like the album. Think it was fantastic. My rating out of 10. First listen, I think I had it at like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Subsequent listens, the number kept increasing. I would say right now I have it at about a 7.5, 8 out of 10. For sure. I feel confident that it's an 8 out of 10. The sound, the bars, features, the vibes all around, all across the board. Now, do I think it's a top 5 Kanye album? Top 5? Man, that's tough. Let me go. I just want to go to the Kanye discography real quick. And it's not even a shot to say that it's not top 5 because Kanye has, you got College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, Twisted Fantasy, 808's Heartbreak. All right, it's not top 5. But that's because of the pantheon of classics that Kanye has. Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, Twisted Fantasy, 808s, Watch the Throne, Yeezus. That's what I'm saying. Like Yeezus, Life of Pablo, those shore up the last 2 spots. You know what I'm saying? Like, however you want to go. If you want to go Life of Pablo, Yeezus, Watch the Throne, 808s, those last 2 spots are filled. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think it's a top tier album. I think it's an S tier album. Yes, I think that's correct. It's an S tier album. I think it's going to age very well, and that's a part of what I think really makes a successful album. That years down the line, like we do with Pablo, like we do with Watch the Throne, etc., we're going to go back and be listening to some of these songs and really, you know what I'm saying, getting the same, if not more, out of it than what we got in the past. You feel what I'm saying? I just want a big salute Kanye. You know what I'm saying? He did a fantastic job. I really appreciate him, again, opening up the world's ears to a positive message. Everything is not about violence. Everything is not about, you know what I'm saying, sexuality. Everything's not about being swagged out. You feel what I'm saying? A real message for our people that kids can listen to, that can be played in a church, that can be played at a party, that can be played at a concert, can be played anywhere. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate that. And in an upcoming episode, when we're talking about inspiration versus entertainment, this is a great example of that, but I don't want to give too much away about that. But the inspiration that comes from music like this, from artistic expression like this, is something that I know that I look for. You know what I'm saying? Something that I really appreciate, and I definitely check for that. But it's a lot of great music out here right now. Baby Keem dropped the album. I'm definitely going to be checking that out. Album of the year candidates that I have so far. I mean, I got to be honest. I got Donda's album of the year right now, as of it stands right here and now. I got Donda album of the year. Nas in that mix. Migos in that mix. Vince Staples in that mix. Who else is in there? I got a couple more people that's in that mix for album of the year, but we're just getting to the fourth quarter coming up, so I'm pretty sure there are going to be a few more albums that are going to come out that are going to be great. This is what I mean, like, this is not to say, and just to wrap up the McDonald's analogy, because bro was like, well, Kanye got to be Chick-fil-A. He's like, if Drake is McDonald's, Kanye got to be Chick-fil-A, because the masses also love Kanye. There are fast food restaurants that are worldwide known, obviously. But there are also still like the Gordon Ramsays of the world, the Thomas Kellers of the world. You know what I'm saying? That the world know and respect and understand that this type of food is different than fast food. You know what I'm saying? There are world-class master chefs that are universally known. You know what I'm saying? You just don't see commercials for the French Laundry on TV because you can't get in without, you know what I'm saying? You can't get in. They booked up. I think I read where they was like they was booked up for years on end. That's why they're saying if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? And again, respectfully, people that know about real food, we don't eat the bad food. Respectfully. If you know better, you do better. I'm not eating a Hot Pocket. I'm not eating a pizza roll. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? We elevate. And that's what I think art is about. Not to say that you can't have a song like, or you can't make music like Drake. Drake, I'd like to see you elevate, bro. You're going to keep giving people the same bacon wrapped shrimp? You're going to keep giving the same French fries, bro? All right. I like to hear inspirational music. I like to hear innovative music. And again, like, but it don't got to be Kanye. Vince Staples' album, great sounding music. You know what I'm saying? Dave, Little Sims, great sounding music. So all praise due to Allah, man. I like to thank anybody that stuck around to the end of this podcast, man. Just keep rocking with me, man. I'm going to keep growing up, keep evolving this platform. And so, yeah, we're going to be doing, at the end of the year, I'm going to try to get a couple people on for the album of the year conversation. I like to get some different perspectives. Summer Madness battle rap coming up. Murder Mook's battling, so I'll probably do an episode on that. But yeah, man, thank you for rocking with me. I appreciate everybody, man. Thank you for the support. It's been another episode of the Tech Building Podcast. When the devil tries to keep you down, you always show up with the strategy. And may Allah bless you all with the great rest of the day or night, whatever time that you listening to this on. Thank you, man. Peace.